All right, so we've got the Storm Vault here from Infamous Paintball and FNDN, what FNDN is short for. And before we get into this, we just want to go over price point real quick. It's going to be $199.95, making this a little bit of a pricey piece of equipment, but this is a backpack that is for paintball players and, you know, maybe like world travelers, photographers even, just all kinds of different people out there, because this thing is packed with a bunch of features that are not traditionally found in many other backpacks, at least of a price point like this. So with that said, we're going to be taking a look at this thing. So first thing I notice here is we've got MOLLE panels here, so you can attach more stuff to your Storm Vault if you need to. So if you need to carry extras, there's even like a tiny MOLLE panel on the side here, but the bottom also has MOLLE panels as well, which is honestly like really, really sweet. I mean, if you need the ability to carry extra pouches and equipment, you have the ability to do so, and it's going to be completely effortless. The other thing that's really cool is you obviously have a carry handle on top, but on the sides here, where that carry handle is like stitched in, you can actually kind of pop the sides out a little bit and pick up your Storm Vault however you need to. If you need to pick it up like this or like this, it just doesn't really matter. Like, you have the ability to do so, which I think is also pretty slick. And of course, you got to have a little mesh pouch on the side for like a water bottle or something. Like, I mean, if you're going to be like going hiking or whatever, you got to stay hydrated. You're playing paintball, you got to stay hydrated. If you're being, you know, a photographer for a team, you got to stay hydrated. And then the other thing, these backpack straps here, super thick and made out of that same material as the Storm Vault. So it's going to be this like weather resistant material. I don't think it's abrasion resistant, but it is nice having the little, you know, buckle right here in the center. And then of course you can loosen and tighten the backpack straps however you need to. The other thing that I'm a big fan of too is this material that actually goes up against your back is really like squishy and kind of cushy, and it feels really good. It feels really cool to the touch. So if you're out there, you know, doing something and it's like in the middle of summertime, you're going to be all right. Now it's time to move on to the inside of the backpack here and check out some of these pockets. But you have these zippered pockets that are weather resistant, and once I crack this thing open, you can just kind of see that like weather resistant material that's going to keep a bunch of like dirt, moisture, all kinds of crap out. You don't want to take your equipment with you and then it gets damaged because of, you know, like terrible pockets or something like that. But you got a handful of pockets on the outside here. And then there's this top pouch here, which is actually held magnetically shut, which is actually really cool. And there's this little Velcro spot up here so you can put patches and represent maybe, you know, your favorite online paintball retailer. That's us. Or maybe you have like a field patch or something like that you can represent. And then there's just a bunch of like pouches on the outside of this one pouch. So you've got space where you can store more things in. Like, it's kind of weird that you got space with space. One of the cool things about this magnetic pouch though is that there's these two zippers on the side here. So if you can't reach in here and grab what you need to, you can actually just unzip these. So just do that real quick. You can actually just unzip these and just lower the whole thing to get access to that, I guess like that outside pouch here. And then you can store a bunch of stuff in here. Like, you know, maybe you want to put like your iPad in here. Maybe you want to put like a MacBook, laptop, something like that. One of those smaller devices can definitely fit in here without any kind of problem. And I mean, this is just the outside of the Storm Vault here. It's pretty crazy, but now we're gonna get into the rest of it. You got these beautiful zippers here, and then this thing just cracks open, and you've got all of this space on the inside to work with. So for the guys and gals out there that are minimalists like myself, I only take out one setup with me, and I absolutely love the Field One backpack because I can strap my setup to the outside. This one, I definitely have all these like pouches here and stuff. I could probably carry my marker inside of this like main pouch here. I could probably carry like my air tank like somewhere down here at the bottom, toss my loader in on top of that. like I can definitely store a lot of gear in here. Or if, you know, maybe I'm going to school or something, or I'm taking my camera equipment out to the field or out to a tournament, I can store so much stuff in here. Like there's this one pocket here, we've got another pocket right below that, and then we've got this 2-pocket little mesh area here. You can store batteries, your phone, chargers, stuff like that. So there's a lot of space you can work with. And then when we flip it down and over like this, you still have more space to work with another pouch, another one of these mesh zipper pouches. So like I can already see myself, if I'm taking like my equipment out to the field with me, I could definitely see myself putting like tools, lubricant, microfiber cloths, maybe some extra like Infamous tank tape, because you can never have enough of that stuff. Like you can store a ton of gear inside of this 25-liter backpack. It's pretty slick. I think this backpack is pretty kick-ass, honestly. I feel like Infamous has always been at kind of like the forefront when it comes to transporting any kind of gear, whether you are, you know, like I said, like you're going out on a hike, maybe you're going camping, you know, you're taking paintball equipment out to the field, you're taking your video equipment out to record a team or something like that, heading out to an NXL. This is a really, really sweet backpack, and that weather-resistant material on the outside here is just gonna protect everything on the inside, which is exactly what you want, because you don't wanna put all your gear inside something and then you just throw it around and it gets scratched up. The Storm Vault's definitely gonna protect it from everything, including the outside elements, which I think is super awesome. This is a limited edition product, so if you need to get one of these, you need to act fast and get it ASAP, because once they are gone for good. But with that all said and done, we're going to go ahead and get some closing comments on the Infamous and Foundation 25-liter Storm Vault backpack. All right, so some closing remarks with the 25-liter Storm Vault here from Infamous. One thing that I do want to touch on that I did not touch on is that it still utilizes the Fidlock magnetic pegs here. So if you have anything that is Fidlock capable, like the Infamous admin pack, it just snaps right on, which is one of the coolest things. So if you need the extra storage, you are able to do so effortlessly. And then removing something like that, you just pull it off. It's a really cool thing to have. So you do have a little bit of extra, I don't want to say space to work with, because you could slap on like their laptop bags or something like that, but you have the ability to add extra pockets, which I think is a really, really cool thing. So it does make this truly a modular piece of gear, which I think is awesome, and that's what every paintball player needs out there, because every paintball player or whoever else is, you know, going out for like, you know, hikes, camping, that kind of thing, everybody takes different things with them and they prioritize different things. And this backpack was built for pretty much the adventurer of the world, which I think is really awesome. But of course, if you're a paintball person just like me, I'm definitely carrying a bunch of like my extra gear in this. Or if I have like a roller gear bag and I'm carrying like extra setups or something like that, I need the extra space, this is going to be perfect. The Storm Vault, again, limited edition product, really sweet, super modular piece of equipment, and has tons and tons of pockets on the outside, and then you got pockets in your pockets on the inside, which is just absolutely crazy. You can store a lot of stuff in this. And if you need to pick up one of these bad boys, there's only one place to do that, and that's going to be BFPGear.com.